So, Don, go ahead and unmute yourselves.
Ta-da!
Ah, did you like my joke about manna?
Yes.
That's an inside joke for Don and I because we were in a program and the food system that we got was called manna. So the day we left Delaware, the manna finished up. All right. Well, putting that aside, you are going away. Me and Don, we're staying right here for fellowship after hours. We'll see you in fellowship after hours. Okay. Yeah, bye. Okay.
We're back.
We're back. I love that thing about when they were in Gilgal and the place of it is called in Aramaic the valley, the pile of foreskins. When he circumcised them, I thought that was kind of cute. So, anything happening with you, Don?
I was just reading in Samuel today, and I started reading, and I kept reading and finished First Samuel. Then I kept reading, and got about halfway through Second Samuel, and realized I got to get some stuff done.
Yeah.
But it's a real easy read, with the exception of some of the places.
Yeah, the names
They're all,
it's the same thing I trip over.
yeah. But if you can, the first time through, if you've never read it before, just read it through and kind of roll over all the big names and stuff, and who's the father of who, and some of those places. But just read it through, and it's a fascinating story of how Saul became king, how Samuel became the prophet Samuel, and then how Saul became king. Saul was God's first choice. Saul was, if he would have obeyed God, he would have, his kingdom, there would have been no end to his kingdom. And that means that Jonathan, his son, would have been king after Saul. And they were awesome people. But Saul kind of got off track, and then really got off track, and then the wheels came off. And but Jonathan, he stayed true. And when it came time that David was supposed to take over, Solomon was right there. It's not Solomon, but Jonathan was right there by David's side, and they were buds to the end. And very cool. And David had opportunities to take Saul out, never would. Said, nope, not going to do it.
You don't touch the anointed of the Lord.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He took great respect. He gave great respect to Saul because he was chosen by God to be the king, and he wasn't going to, no matter what Saul did with his calling, that didn't change David's attitude towards Saul.
Actually,
didn't care. Saul tried to kill him several times, threw javelin at him, and David got out of the way. Did that several times. And even though David killed Goliath and saved Israel and did all this, he was the younger guy, and all the ladies were saying, Saul has killed his thousands and David his 10,000s. And that just got under Saul Saul's crawl. He just couldn't let that go, man. That was the tip that got him going in the wrong direction. That just irked him. He never got over it.
Yeah.
And it goes on and on, and the life of David and how he had all these wives. Everybody talks about that, I'm sure. Oh yeah, he had all these wives. He had a lot of wives, a lot of concubines. It was a different time,
Yep. Certainly was.
and I have no idea how. I mean, he even talks about how one of them turned against him. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
at the time when that I'm glad we're not in.
As somebody said in fellowship yesterday, having one wife is enough. Any more than one, you're in serious trouble.
Yeah, yeah. And then David, after all this, he then towards the middle of it, after he was king, after he'd been king for a while and had all this success, that's when later in his kingdom he came across Bathsheba, and that stuff happened, and that turned David around, set him on his ear, and he humbled himself, and after that was a man after God's own heart.
Right. It's really something I sometimes wonder if Saul had repented, what difference that would have made.
Yeah, David would have been just a great man. He would have not been king.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's God told Saul that if he obeyed, there would be no end to his kingdom. Well, what happened? Did God change his mind? No, he had a response. He had to play with the hand that was dealt him, so to speak.
Someone like Adam and Jesus Christ.
Yeah. It's all about the baby.
Plan A didn't work, so he went to Plan J.
Skipped over Plan B, C, D, E. He said, "That's it. We're going right to Plan J."
Oh. Just out of curiosity, Don, how's the weather there?
Very pleasant. It got up to about 90 today, but it's dry. It's not real humid. So it's very pleasant. The evenings are very pleasant. It's probably in the 70s right now, and just very, very nice sitting outside weather.
We were in the mid 80s at least, maybe even higher, but it was humid.
Yeah.
And that poor Mike, he's down there in that hot,
yeah, I guess it's getting hot again.
Houston down there. Well, and it been flooding while he was gone. So, that's probably part of the reason he's not here tonight. There's a lot to do today.
Yeah. Yeah. It looks like we lost John.
Yeah. He's been having technical difficulties. I think he's got an old computer.
Yeah, it happens to all of us once in a while.
Yeah. Oh, I have a Thursday night fellowship, a WebEx. I couldn't be there last week because I had no internet connection.
Bummer.
Thank you, Optimum. But it's all cool. Well, let's see, what time is it? 9:13, about 9:15. You got anything you want to talk about?
No.
No? Okay. Well, guess
Yeah.
what, folks? There's only two of us, so it's even shorter tonight.
Yeah.
So we'll see you next week, same time, same channel.